All right, we are ready for our first company, and that would be Rhonda Dolan with You Do It. Did I get close? Okay, I always get that.
It's okay. It's good to know. It's you do. Good evening. I am Rhonda Dolan, and I am the founder and CEO of Udo, or You Do. And honestly, I'd love your feedback. You know, you always have these great ideas for names in your head, and you think everybody's just going to pick them up, but they realize that it doesn't always work that way. First of all, thank you so much for Velocity for sharing this amazing space. This is my first opportunity at Bridge Space, and I love it. It's amazing. I'm a big fan of the co-working environment. I was one of those folks who pitched at the pub crawl, and I am happy to announce that unlike that evening, I did not start today under anesthesia. So I am hoping that I will do better tonight than I did then. We shall see. So I'm going to wait for those slides. You got them? No. If not, I can wing it.
No.
Oh.
Where's? Because I thought it was right here under the. I didn't do anything. Is that yours?
No. Number 2. I'm a Mac person. I have no idea what any of this means.
Ben Rayo to the front.
I can
Ben
wing
Rayo
it.
to the front.
You got 3 minutes and 56 seconds left.
Shall I just talk?
Go.
Okay.
Yes.
So time poverty. Anybody ever experienced the feeling of time poverty? This is participatory, where you feel like you just don't have enough time. Well, Udo is the opportunity to finally address the issue of time poverty. Udo is an on-demand personal assistant mobile technology offered in the total rewards or benefits space to companies. It allows the opportunity for employees to have their to-do list matched with vetted personal assistants to take care of their personal activity when they're just overwhelmed. The cool thing is that it is on demand and only as and when you need it. I'm going to try really hard to ignore what's happening behind me. All right, time poverty. Where's the little clicker thing so I can move on through?
You're doing a great job.
Yay.
Yeah, go away. So enter Udo. Udo is an on-demand personal assistant app, and it's designed around behavioral research that tells us a lot about how people really need to solve problems. There's a lot of one-off solutions on the marketplace today, but they're partial solutions, and Udo is a complete and total solution. So we operate around the idea of click, request, done. There's not about a lot of emails, not about a lot of vetting. Many of us have said if we just had a personal assistant, but the reality of that is we don't want to hire a personal assistant, manage a personal assistant, and feel like we have enough to give them. We just might have that time in the car when we realize, oh, I forgot to do this. Well, click, request, done. Quick click on the app, put in your request. It's mostly picture-based. We take that information, send it to your one-on-one personal assistant. They vet it out to a gig workforce that is a vetted group of doers vetted to do the tasks at hand. That doer does the work, and then we send it back to the assistant who brings it to you. What you get to do is put it in the app. Anytime you know that something's happening, it gives you a notification on the app. No emails to work through. And then your data, your output is always there on the app for you. We focus only on the elements of the task that actually cause people the barriers. For example, sometimes people actually like to cook. They just hate to decide what to cook. We take care of that part. As for the marketplace on this, we are taking this first out to employers in the benefit space. Why is that? Right now in America, we're leaving 7 million jobs on the table every single month because we cannot find the talent to fill those jobs. Of the people who are employed, only 30% of them are actually engaged and love their jobs. About half of them are, if you give me a better offer, I'm going, and the remainder are fully disengaged and probably toxic in the work environment. We have an outdated mode of reward systems in the marketplace. We're talking to a workforce that is no longer the majority. This fills that gap, really addressing the issue of time poverty, work-life balance. And so rather than coming in complaining to my coworkers and taking productivity about that water bill I cannot deal with right now, we just click, request, the assistant take care of it. And now what I talk about at work is how awesome this place is. We have over 125 million people working in the workplace today in the United States. Of those, 93 million of those are eligible for this solution. If we looked at just less than a little over 2% of them, we're looking at 2 million people, and it's a massive marketplace. We're focusing on 3 verticals as we enter this marketplace. We're focusing right now on enterprise customers. This first year in existence will bring in enterprise or lighthouse customers, those who want to be early into this space and are looking for unique solutions. We can tailor that solution to meet the budget and the goals of that particular company. From that, we'll take it up to the benefits consulting firms. We've been in conversations with them, and I've had a couple say, can we be an exclusive if we bring this to our market? The answer to that right now is no. But we do want to talk with you about making this a part of your total health and wellness benefits package. There is a consumer-facing marketplace in this, and we see that as our third vertical, at which point we can scale. Just some real quick milestones, because DJ asked me to give you a quick update from where we are. We incorporated in May, had the idea, swear to God, on March 7th of 2018. I will never forget that morning. It was 10 o'clock. We completed the prototype from that. We were accepted and received a digital sandbox grant, which is a proof of concept grant, which helped us to fund the development of the first iteration of the app. We are currently in production of the user interface and the assistant portal. We just luckily had some great press with the Business Journal, and we're in conversations right now with a researcher in Harvard who's researching this exact work and looking at doing some strategic partnering on the data. Like I said, we're right now looking at bringing on Lighthouse customers, so if any of you want to share or learn more, that's great. And our iOS version of the app will be available in the spring, and the Android about a month after that. We're taking, because we are limited on capital, we're taking a very fractional approach. So rather than bringing on full-time, we are hiring out fractional use for our technology, our marketing, and our finance. These are our asks. We are looking for a tech co-founder. I'm non-tech advisor here. Looking for advisors, so anybody who wants to bring some of that expertise, and Lighthouse customers, and I think I went over my 5. Thanks, guys.
Any questions? Oh, we got to have a question. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a scope as far as what type of
Tasks and stuff that we're taking? Absolutely, great question. So we have a very long-term vision of this, but our first iteration is focused on that behavioral and customer research. So we're starting in the relocation space to support bringing people into a city. So we're looking at find me a professional. What we've discovered is it's not so much the hiring of someone to do the task, maybe it's build a fence or fix the hole in your wall or whatever, it's actually having to manage finding that person. So we actually find 3 that meet your criteria and give that to you. They're vetted, they called back, they want the job. So that task may take us 70 minutes, but it might take you 3 weeks of back and forth, which is the cognitive drain. So our research shows that that's really where the barrier is. So we do those kind of things. So find me a local, find me a place. Oh my gosh, it's getting close to spring and I don't know what my kids are doing this summer. Find me some camps. We do that sort of thing. I'm new to the community. Find me my veterinarian, my internet, all those sorts of things. Tell me what's for dinner. And write me a note. Less than 1% of the mail that comes in your mailbox is a personal note. When they come, you remember it. People love to write notes, but the barrier to that is looking it up, finding the card, and getting the stamp all in the right time. We actually do that for people, and they love it. So that's the 4 we'll start on. It will expand from there. We're building in felt technologies and machine learning so we can actually start to anticipate your need based on your behavior. Oh, wonderful idea. So before we even went into this, we actually said, who wants this job? Like, do people want to do this? So I've done some test markets. We haven't done that full recruitment because we don't have the customers yet, but I've gone out to do some test marketing. And we're finding them from spaces like individuals with disabilities who can't otherwise get to a traditional job. What I love about this is most gig jobs are in urban areas. We need to take back jobs into the rural areas in this country so we can bring people to that rural community. So we're finding a lot of opportunities there, people who are close to retirement. And I've got people signed up as our doers who just love handwriting, but they're executives in big companies here in town. So it's an interesting marketplace. People love this idea and they want the jobs.
That's a great idea. One more question. Yes, go ahead.
What's the, you may not know yet, what's the revenue model? Is it a marketplace? Are you guys taking like a cut of the transaction fees or do the posters pay for the job?
So we're charging by the minute. We're trying to keep that as narrow and lean as we can. So it's essentially a per minute model, but what that looks like to the enterprise customer is you can buy a bank of minutes and reward them to your employees as you need to and as you see fit. Then what we do is we do everything by task and time, but we don't tell you, oh, here, we'll let you know how much it costs you. We'll estimate the time. The machine learning will help us do that. And then we pay the gig economy workers, the doers as we call them, by the task. So they're not drawing that out. We reward up for those who are most efficient and most high quality or highest quality.
That's why I like that. That's why I need to have somebody that buys this. All right, Ben. Okay, I said one question, but Ben, go ahead.
So much more sharp tonight than you were.
I didn't start on anesthesia. I think that is the key difference. It was not my best day. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda.
All right, thanks everyone.